everyone, welcome back. I'm Sam from ACRC Global's Intake Team, and I'm here again with Madison. And last week we talked about what surrogacy actually is, but today we want to go one step further and talk about something a lot of women are thinking about. If I'm actually considering becoming a surrogate, where do I even start? And that's such a great question. So we're going to dive right in.
Yes, I love this topic because this is where every journey begins. I hear a lot of women say, I've been thinking about it for a while, but I don't know what the first step looks like. And that's where we come in. So we're happy to help and get you started and walk you through everything.
Yep. So if someone is just at the starting point, what would you say is the very first step?
So honestly, the first step is just learning and asking questions. You don't need to have everything figured out. You don't need to commit right away. Most women start by doing research, talking to an agency, hopefully us, and seeing if this is something that fits their lifestyle, making sure they qualify, and understanding everything required of someone being a surrogate. So there's time restraints, medication, and timeline. It's really about understanding the process first and what actually being a
I
surrogate.
like what you said because I think a lot of people feel like once they reach out, it becomes this big commitment and they have to do everything like right away.
Exactly, and it's not. So the early stage is just a conversation. We walk you through everything, answer your questions, and help you figure out if it feels right for you.
Okay, so once someone starts looking into it, what should they? Okay, so once someone starts looking into it, what should they be preparing for, like mentally and physically?
That's a really important part. So mentally, it's about understanding that this is a longer journey. It's also like coming to terms to like you're not bringing a baby home at the end of the day. Like you're just carrying this. So mentally, you have to prepare yourself for that because, pregnancy is an amazing, beautiful thing. But you're looking at it in a different light, in a different way. You're helping another family, and it's just as beautiful and amazing. But there's also, so with the journey, there are lots of appointments, communication, and coordination involved. So being ready for the type of commitment that it is. It's like you're carrying a baby for someone else. That's a huge thing. It's a huge undertaking, and there needs to be a lot of commitment involved.
Exactly. So it's not just get pregnant and that's it.
Yeah, no, it's definitely not that. It's a process, and it's why they call it a surrogacy journey. So, pregnancy in itself is already a long road, and surrogacy adds in a few extra steps to the mix. But physically, we're looking for women who have had at least one healthy pregnancy between age 21 to 38, are currently in good health, and can safely go through another pregnancy. But you don't need to prepare perfectly before applying. We guide you through all the screening step by step.
So those are the requirements, but what people don't always talk about is what are some things surrogates usually say they didn't expect before starting? What does it actually feel like going through a journey?
Yeah, I love this question because the answers are usually very honest. One thing we hear a lot is they didn't realize how structured the process is. There are appointments, timelines, communication, so it's not something that just happens on its own. And you have so much support. So many surrogates make lifelong friendships with their intended parents or other surrogates, and even their case managers and intake managers. Like, we all get super close. So this is definitely like go into it knowing that you have this support. You're not going to be alone on your journey.
Yeah, and I love that one of the differences that we do at this agency is Madison and I really do love to stay an active part of your journey even after you're matching. I think it's just a nice way to add that additional support, but also like they started with us, so we want to see them through their journey. So I love that we offered that as well. Not sure if other agencies do that, but it was just something that I implemented a while ago and I just love it. So, um, but going back to what you just said, sometimes I go off on
Mhm.
tangents. So it's more involved than people think.
And definitely. So it's in more involved, but in the best of ways because everything is really organized and guided. You have our support, you have us when you have questions, when you're just going through it and you're like pregnant and hormonal, we will talk to us. Like
Yeah.
all the girls, like they love to share things like that, and we love to hear it, especially like what Sam said. It's like we get to stay involved for the journey. We get to see the end, like beginning to end, and it's so beautiful.
Yeah. No, I definitely agree with that. Another thing is the pacing. There can be some waiting, in between different steps. It's one of the biggest key phrases that you'll hear in surrogacy is it's all hurry up and wait.
Yeah.
But a lot of surrogates say it actually gives them some time to adjust, which makes sense because in between, waiting for certain milestones, you can kind of breathe a little bit. And, you might be able to take a quick family vacation before pregnancy starts, or you might be finishing up classes or whatever the case may be. So, it gives you that time to adjust and just feel more comfortable when things really do progress into pregnancy.
Yeah. And then something we hear a lot that people don't always expect is, well, we've talked about this one a lot, but how supported you feel throughout the process. So you're not figuring things out alone. You have a full team behind you. And it's not just us. So you know, you have a medical team, you have your doctors and your nurses from the IVF clinic, you have a legal team, you have your case managers, and you have other surrogates that hopefully you can make friendships with, and also your intended parents. Like they want to hear about your journey as well.
Yes. And I feel like that's something people don't always realize at the beginning is just how much support you really do get during your entire journey.
Yeah. And it's usually like people go into it thinking an idea, but it's not harder than they think. There's more structure and more guidance, but it's not like it's not going to be harder. You're going to have a great journey because we make sure of it.
Exactly. So if you've been thinking about becoming a surrogate, hopefully this gives you a clearer idea of where to start.
And remember, you don't have to have everything figured out. Starting with a conversation is completely okay.
If you're curious and want to learn more, you can reach out to us by clicking the link in the description.
We're always happy to answer your questions and just help you explore if this is the right path for you.
Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.
Bye.
Bye.